when you look at it from a perspective of fear, a fear element, control, uh, bit of aggressive, social pressure, and cultural narratives are created based upon those frequencies, those low vibrational frequencies. They're created based upon insecurities, control, fear, aggression, passive aggression, and ultimate violence, you could say. You could say social pressure and cultural narratives lead to the wars and the riots and the stabbings, the rapes, the beatings. Because think about it, why else would someone rob a bank? Yeah, is because the social pressure that is life of you got to be in this rat race, you got to get every materialistic fashion of item that this simulation has to offer, or else how do you look at your life? You know what I'm saying? The cultural narrative of this, there is no other way than the way of hard work. There is no other way than the way of breaking your fucking back, or for someone else who doesn't care about you. And those sort of fear, low vibrational energies attract this being because he's fallen asleep and has taken and sipped the Kool-Aid of both these two low vibrational beings, and he has made him, well, it has made him, and the reality has responded to him in a way where he has led himself to rob a bank. He'll say, nah, I needed the money and it's just who I am. It's different if someone is just saying it's who he is. That's when he's operating on the fact of I'm just doing whatever the fuck I want basically, and I'm just being me. But it's also a different factor than the person who's robbing the bank who's just desperate because of these two social anarchies. But then the guy on the top of the cloud is the guy who's doing this specific act that is low frequent and is low vibrational, but he is taking it and he is creating it in a way where it's now becoming a part of who he is. And he has made meaningless he's created meaning out of a meaningless situation. It's no different from the boxer who boxes because of insecurity and fear of being the embarrassment of losing a fight, and a guy who's just boxing because of pure love of violence and pure love of art of war. You see, one guy is fighting for a meaningless situation, the other guy is fighting for a meaningful situation because they're on two different vibrational frequencies. The guy who's fighting for something meaningful is usually operating at a higher level. He's got faith, he's got confidence, he's got gratitude. The guy who's operating on a meaningless perspective, one that's just boosting his ego, is operating on a low, egotistical, aggressive sort of a manner, which is too low for the heart to continue for a long lasting period of this life. You have to think of longevity. And usually they keep saying fake it till you make it, right? And cool. But it makes no sense in terms of the element of if I fake it, it means I'm operating low. I'm operating in a place of non there's non I'm not genuine. There's nothing authentic about myself. And if I'm operating on that and I'm faking it and I'm making it, I'm never gonna how can I say, I'm never gonna outlive that karmic time period that I had lived just by faking it. You know what I'm saying? The universe will always obviously come back into balance, and I will have to pay the price of faking it till I make it because I will be up, but from faking it and being up, I won't find a meaningful. Everything is meaningless. But if I was myself and I was always who I was leading up to the pinnacle of the mountain where this person is sitting at the cloud, then I can do whatever they want whenever I can. Then it's a meaningful aspect because it's like there is no regrets. Fake it till you make it, there will be regrets. When you do whatever the fuck you want, there is no regrets. Why? Because you are operating on the highest level of thinking, being, feeling, and knowing, which is what metaphysics is. Metaphysics is the construct of everything that we see, feel, know, and believe. You see, but it's of the name metaphysics itself is just also another social construct where it's created a prism, and they've put in scientists and Scientology and mythology and spirituality to control the minds into thinking small. You see, societal pressure and cultural narratives are no different from that. They just put us in a puzzle where we can't think outside the box. You see, that's why they say think outside the box. You see, but what it all comes down to, from everything I've just said, right, is that you can be two different people in this world, right? You can allow the social pressure and societal pressure and cultural narratives to cloud your mind and your critical thinking and keep you low and animalistic as much as possible, as much as you want. Remember, you create everything, everything's just responding to you. That's it. Or you can be the person who's just operating on a higher level of operation in the simulation where he risks his own reputation, which is an illusion in itself, that everyone will say, no, he's the black sheep or he's the outsider, the lone ranger, so you may say, but you have a meaningful life. You don't worry about anything. You don't regret about anything, and you're not hurting anyone whilst you're living this life. That in itself is what someone who is operating at a higher level. That's what his life looks like. That's what she's life looks like. So you can be these two different types of people. Remember, it's all based upon you. Free will. That's what the guy upstairs gave us to operate in these times in this simulation, is that he gave us free will to decide the type of person we want to be. What type of person do you want to be? Maybe you are that person already, maybe you're not. Interesting times. But more episodes dropping. Peace and love.